What's up, beautiful Capricorn friends? Welcome back yet again to my channel, The Intuitive Teacup. My name's Annie. Happy to have the Capricorn gang out there with me, as well as maybe the cross watchers. Gonna do a quick little love spread for you. These are going to be very basic, stripped down messages, just sort of for the coming week or two. These aren't going to be long-term messages. So yeah, short little love readings for Capricorn. What energies want to come through? So we're going to do 3 cards for you, 3 cards for your person. All right, so let's do this deck. For Capricorn, so you're looking back at the past. You're confused about something that transpired in the past. Something about someone playing head games, not knowing where somebody stands, but I just heard your turn to face the strange, like the David Bowie song. Yeah, you're trying to leave something behind and cut it out once and for all. It's been like an annoyance the way it's weighing on your brain, but you're turning your face towards God. You're turning your face towards spirituality. Yeah, like some of you may be attending like church or temple, or even if it's like online type stuff. You guys are tuning in to hear messages from, and maybe it's just your own spiritual practice on your own. You could just be praying or meditating a lot, but it's like you're tuning in to sort of understand the wider perspective, or the larger, almost like the larger reasoning of why this is happening. It's like you're trying to understand, and it's not so much justify anyone's actions. I am sensing a bit of a sense of loss or struggle or frustration, where you're trying to be like, universe, send me a sign. That's very much what I get here. It's not so much a lower vibing energy of you being spiteful or vindictive. It's nothing like that. It's just there's confusion, specifically in your head about something somebody said, or where something stands in terms of your love life. There is a tendency to go back and revisit something just mentally, but I don't think you're actually doing it. It's almost like the only person you're communicating with right now is God or universe, like me, myself, and I. Unless, this is only going to be for a select few of you, unless you're thinking about marriage with a Libra. Again, though, that Libra would probably be someone in your past, but it seems like your Libra would be open to communicate about a connection. A Libra would be open to communicating about a commitment or marriage. It could be, though, that this marriage is like trouble in paradise. So again, only that very specific, and I am being called to say Libra. Sometimes this can be other air signs, but yeah, something about this, it's screaming Libra to me. Overall, though, I think it's representing you. You're trying to get your mind, body, and spirit balanced. And it's sort of turning your back to something that's been keeping you stuck for a while. But you are, again, turning to something greater. Source, the divine, because that feeling of losing hope, something about what's going to restore your faith in humanity. Wow, that's a deep message. But restore your faith in your own life and your own spiritual path is understanding that you're not alone. You're not the only one going through this. There's something to be said for he's the one who preaches to the group, to the congregation, to the community. Something about understanding that your experience is not singular. It's not individual. This is a shared experience among the group. This could also indicate that some of you are going to seek a counseling for like a marriage counselor. If there's been a wedge put into your current relationship, if there's gray clouds ahead and maybe some hurt feelings, maybe there was possibly for some third-party activity. If your person is open to fixing it, it does seem like let's go talk about our discussions in a sort of like a group setting, so that we can come to some sort of clarity and honesty and truth about how we want this relationship to go moving forward. You're unlocking secrets from your own subconscious, the answers that are already there. You're just taking more time to really spend time with your faith and tap into those messages. So that's sort of what's coming up in your energy. In your person's energy, holy cannoli. They have a lot going on. All right, so they have 10 of Wands and the Tower. That is a whole lot of a shitstorm. I just got to be honest. Obviously, there's no judgment here. I'm only coming at this with love and positivity, as always, but your person is not feeling love or positivity right now. Something has broken their back. It's brought them down to their knees because they've experienced some sort of tower moment. Capricorn, you may have cut something off with this person, in which case they are feeling the heavy regret, the heavy burden of making a decision that ultimately ended up being a downfall. But it's almost like this person was playing games with you, and so you may have come down as the heavy to be like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not living in this shoulda, coulda, woulda, are we, aren't we? It's like, no, I'm focused on the future. I'm looking for commitments only. Some of you may have your eyes on a Taurus too. Some of you may be spying or communicating on a Taurus. Again, overall, I think that energy feels okay. But yeah, so then your person's energy though is they're coming up under this mental head game. So they're the ones who are kind of playing some games, maybe not being upfront about where they're at, and yeah, not being honest or forward with information. But it ended up being the downfall of the relationship. It was too much of a burden for someone to carry. So there may have been a mutual sense of something's wrong here, in which case, boom, the tower. But the thing is, you're as much as you possibly can be from a relationship that's split, depending on where you stand. You seem to be vibing high. You sort of understand that the cloud or the smoke will settle. The smoke will clear. Something about you're above the clouds. So something about living in the imagination of what it could have been versus the actual truth of what it is. You're starting to see things more clearly now. You're having like a spiritual awakening where the clouds are parting and you're allowing that sun and illumination to come through. And then you have 6 of Cups. So, yeah, sorry. 6 of Cups is typically a soulmate card for me. It does call back to feelings of the past. I have to be really honest, though, and I love 6 of Cups. It's one of my favorite cards in tarot. There's nothing innately bad with this card. It's just saying to me, this is more the idea of nostalgia and the past and being sentimental. It's that, but it's more it's being relayed to me as the idea of rose-tinted glasses. It's a little bit like not fully understanding that when you put this person on a pedestal or were really interested in them, you were only seeing it from your perspective. And I do want to say it's like a lot of my female Capricorns out there, if you're interested in a male, it's reflecting back on times in your youth when you were younger and realizing, well, your eyes were on them, but their eyes were kind of all over the place. So there may have been an unequal amount of love in this relationship where this person knows what they want. They have their eyes on the prize being the other person. This person kind of isn't sure. And it's not necessarily saying they had other options. They just, because it's falling under the commitment card, they weren't necessarily ready for the same type of commitment that you were. So what can we throw on this? Advice or guidance, I guess, for my Capricorns. Deceit. Yeah. This reading is peppered with some difficult energies, and I got to be honest, your last love reading, Capricorn, was pretty brutal. So, yeah, I would say I think there's like a separation for the time being. You're reconnecting with your spiritual path, with God. You're starting to see things with more clarity where maybe it was like an illusion. Again, like rose-tinted glasses, it's not saying you were dumb or you were false. It was just, there was sort of a misunderstanding where when you give it time and distance and you sort of zoom out and look back, it's almost like when you're in the moment, you can't see the forest from the trees. When you separate yourself from the overall issue and again, zoom out, a broader perspective, she's on top of the world, she's up in the clouds. You can look down and see the past with more clarity and recognize that maybe what you first thought was equal and reciprocated. As it turns out, you're starting to see cracks in the story. You're starting to look back on times in your past where you did something out of the generosity of your heart and maybe were hoping for something back and it was void. Yeah, you're starting to go back and look over the evidence, look over the facts, look over like almost like the data of this relationship. And for better or worse, you're starting to see much more clearly where there were cracks and holes in this relationship, and ultimately it's informing you on why this ended the way it did. Because I do think there's still some confusion about what your person was up to or why they wouldn't commit, or there's a lot of question marks, and obviously everybody's story is a little bit different. But I'm just getting, as you move, I know this isn't the funnest message to hear, but as you go within, the answers you seek are already there. The key is at your feet, the keys to heaven, the keys to sort of your spiritual path. They're unlocking the door that's already inside of you. It has to do with your mind. Yeah, there's more clarity in the information regarding the past with a person who I think this has already ended for a lot of you, or you're going through it right now. So again, sending big hugs to everybody out there who needs one. So for those looking for new love, let's ask about that. For those who have separated from someone and don't want a reconciliation, actually, okay, I'm being told to start with this one. So for those who do want a reconciliation, again, this is the first card that came out in guidance, deceit. There's some secrets that need to come to light. You need a lot more clarity. Potentially with a Cancer, the 5 and the 2 make a 7. And I'm also being called to say Aries for some of you. Again, you have Taurus in the spread. You have a little bit of Scorpio energy. So 8 of Cups. Yeah, in terms of a reconciliation, 8 of Cups indicates moving on to something better. Moving on to your wish fulfillment. Something that was once emotionally fulfilling. 8 of Cups indicates it's kind of run out of love. It's kind of run its course. So on to bigger and better things. The hardest part about this card is that we don't know what the bigger and better things are yet. So it's all about taking a huge leap of faith. It's understanding, it's putting it in the hands of the divine and still showing up every day being like, all right, Spirit, if you're giving me messages that this is not my person, then okay, I'm taking a leap of faith in marching on forward, trudging through the battle, so to say, right? In hopes that there's something better. It's not about hopes, it's knowing. It's knowing that there's something better. That is the difference between faith and fear. Hope indicates a lot of question marks, a lot of uncertainties of that, it might still not happen. It's not about hope, it's about faith, okay? So that's really the message for those seeking reconciliation. I would say not at this time. At minimum, I think you're looking at like 8 months, just to be perfectly honest, right? So for those looking for completely new love, disregarding this entire spread, although that may be some of your guys' stories, new love coming in, what are we looking at there? Any sort of new messages regarding love? Okay, so you have the King of Swords and the Page of Pentacles. All right, so there would definitely be a skilled communicator offering something you could potentially build off of. This probably wouldn't be someone brand new because it's presenting as a page. So it's someone who's probably communicated with you once or twice before. You may have gone out on a date. This could be a friend in your life where there's already a small foundation of like knowledge of each other, if that makes sense. But yeah, Page of Pentacles is indicating like they want to show you something. This is really funny the way I don't know if that's like jazz hands or there's something about, what is that? What am I trying to reference here? I don't know what that is, but there's something like a little trap. They're trying to call you in with like a little bit of magic. They're trying to dazzle you with something. So I think it would be an offer that catches your eye. Something about sparkly diamonds. I gotta be honest, I don't necessarily think that's a wedding ring for most of you, unless this whole thing meant marriage to you. If so, that would seem like it's either coming from maybe an earth sign, but more so an air sign, particularly a male air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So yeah, there does seem to be an air sign interested in you and making some sort of offer that again isn't brand new, but still it's a page, so it's young. It's pretty fresh in the development of this. And I did ask about new love, so you probably have someone already in sort of your inner circle that's interested in you. And I just keep getting there's something about like they're trying to like show you something and it's like sparkly and magical. And again, maybe that's a metaphor for something, but it seems cute. I'm much more excited about these cards than anything we've placed so far. Detaching from the past is very hard, but that's exactly what this is indicating to me. Give it some time, give it some breathing room. Again, someone may gain more clarity and perspective on a situation, and should you choose to revisit it, again, you probably could. But after a Tower, it indicates healing, like with the Star, with an Aquarian potentially. After the Tower comes usually an individual spiritual awakening. That's what the Star is. It's realigning with your true north, your destiny, your divine purpose. It seems like something is at least being put on pause or delay. Or again, it can indicate end of a cycle, time to move on, focus on the new things, and again, having faith that there's something better out there for you. Look at this almost as a blessing in disguise. That sort of is what I'm getting from this. Oh, bottom of your deck is the Star. Yeah, that to me is confirmation. Okay, and with the Ten of Swords, again, this is a tough message. Earmuffs if you're not ready for it. This is over. This seems like, again, if it's your message. If it's not, don't make it your message. This is done. 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. It hurt. The ending of this was painful. It was not something you wanted or desired, or it happened in a way where you felt really I don't know if it was surprise, but sort of stabbed in the back. Somebody did something in a lower vibration and it really hurt you. It really stuck with you, Capricorn. Crying, right? Yes, there's such a heaviness, but all these cards are indicating to me, close it on out. 10 meaning the end of a cycle. It's like, again, it's just a confirmation. It's time to move on. Welcome that spiritual awakening with the star aligning with your true north. A lot of Aquarian energy is looking good. So yeah, anybody who has an Aquarius in their life that maybe they're curious about or wanting to flirt with, and it doesn't have to be an Aquarian, but someone who's a seer, someone who's in alignment with your star path, with your career path, right? With Page of Pentacles, there is new stuff coming in, and it's going to be spiritually fulfilling as well as emotionally, and it's tangible. It's something you can build on. It's not these false promises the way maybe this was. All right, Capricorn, that's what I got for you. Please like, share, subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what resonates. I will see you very soon for more tarot. Bye.